great. So if you do have bands and you just want to go a little bit heavier or harder today, you're going to put your heavy band above your knees and then your medium band above your ankles. If you want just one, you can. But you're just going to meet me on that mat. I'll tell you when you need to turn because we will do a little bit of walking with that band. But you're going to just start with your heels in and your toes out for me. And you're going to just hit that body weight squat. So you're going to come all the way down and then all the way back to the top. It's slow. Remember, you're just starting to get warm here. So I want you to sink your booty back as if you're coming down into that imaginary chair. And then you'll press that floor away and stand all the way up. Whether you have bands on or not, you're still thinking about what your body is doing in that body weight movement. The band is just that extra little bit of pressure. So heels turn in, toes are turned out, and then you give me that big squeeze at the top, pressing those knees apart at the bottom. Think about it as if you're trying to pull that floor apart, really pulling it apart when you come down, and then squeeze your glutes as you come back to the top. You're going to come down and you're going to stay in little pulses with your band for me. In about 5 seconds, we stay at the bottom in 4, in 3, good, in 2, come down to the bottom of your range, now come up an inch and down an inch. So don't worry about going lower. Think, can I release that squeeze and squeeze again? So it's a contraction in your glutes and then a light release. And when you contract, you're going to just give yourself that little pulse and then you'll release it. You have about 45 seconds, a minute here in these pulses. It's a long time to be in your pulses. If you need to stand, you'll join me back in them. I don't think I've ever kept you here this long. You're just about at your halfway point. I just want you to get really warm right from the start, a little bit spicy. You get to stand up after this to shake out those legs. Give me 30 more seconds. Stay in your pulses. Think, can I press my knees apart? Can I relax my shoulders? Create length between your shoulders and your ears. Press your palms together. You have this. About 20 seconds left, so I know you can do it. Little presses here. Good. 10 little presses. 9. You're there. 8 presses. Good. 7 and 6. Good. 5 and 4. We stand up in 3. Beautiful. 2 on 1. Stand all the way up. If you're on that mat, you can come to the right side or the left side. You're going to take 2 steps to that left side, 2 steps to that right side. Can you stay really low in that squat? If you have those bands on and you're starting to get warm, you're going to come up a little bit higher and that's fine. It's a slow step with that band. Don't feel like you have to rush. If you do not have a band, you're still taking your time, staying lower and really trying to give yourself that wide step from side to side. You're going to meet me on the back of that mat and we're going to take 2 to 3 steps forward, 2 to 3 steps back. We'll do that together. You still have 20 seconds in the band. The band is nice and spicy right from the start, or I should say your squat. Only a couple of you have that band. I don't care if you have it on or off, you keep fighting here. Keep stepping for me. Final 20 seconds. If you need to stand, you stand, shake it out, and get nice and low again. Beautiful, Max. Hold on to it here. Final 10 and 9. You meet me at the back of your mat in 8 and 7. Beautiful. 6 and 5. Final 4 and 3. Good. 2. Meet me at the back of your mat. Stand all the way up. And then you're going to sink back down. Stay in that lunge position. You step right foot, left foot, right foot. Then you come back, right foot, left foot, right foot. So what you're doing is you're giving me that slow walk forward, almost like a duck walk. And what I want you to think about, even if you don't have a band, you're sinking down low, shoulders are relaxed. Here's when you're going to want to start coming back up. We're almost all the way through this. You have a couple changes left. You're going to meet me at the center of your mat. You're only in these little duck walks for about 20 more seconds. Hold on to it. This is the shortest change right here, but really think about step forward, pressing through, stay low, and then coming all the way back. You meet me in the center of your mat in 5 and 4. Let's finish it nice and strong. In 3, good. 2 on 1, center of your mat, stand up. Give your legs a little bit of a punch if you need it. And then you're going to sink back down about halfway. I want you to step your right foot out and in. Step out and in. Step out and in. Siri doesn't like this one. What I want you to do, she just keeps saying something wrong, probably because our bodies are all tired. Sink the weight into that left foot. And then if you do have a band, drive it with your heel, not your toe. If you don't have a band, I don't care. The left leg is going to fire up. You're stepping out with that right side. 8 more, and then you step with that left foot, not that right foot. You have 6. Keep fighting. 5. You should be fatigued here. 4, 3, good. 2, switching sides. Left foot out. And it's not super fast. I care more about you driving through that right heel, stepping that left foot out and in, out and in. You have this out and in. We hit that diagonal on that right side, diagonal on the left. You'll have 1 change left. So you're coming down to the end of it. It's a full 6-minute warm up here. You're switching back to your right foot at the diagonal in 3, good, in 2. Right foot comes back at the diagonal, back in, diagonal and in. Yes. I need you to keep fighting through this. If you are not warm, can you sink a little bit lower? Can you step back a little bit further? Can you press into that band? Squeeze 10 and 9. You have 8, 7, 6, and we switch to the left, and 4, 3, good, 2, step center, left foot out to that diagonal, out, in. If you have a band, you're gonna go a little bit slower. I'm fine, I need you to keep fighting. If you don't have a band, you might step back a little bit further. Here, go 10, 9, 8. Your finisher is gonna be nice and fun. It's out, out, in, or you'll add that little jump if you want to. And 5, 4, meet me center here. In 3, you get to stand before that final change. In 2, stand all the way up. Take a big inhale. Open those feet a little bit wider. Sink into that half squat. You walk out, out, in. If you can, you're gonna give me that little hop out, hop in, hop out, hop in. Or you can walk out, out, in. Depends how you're feeling. Yes, stay with it, Maggie. 10, 9, nice, Andy. 8, 7, 6, do not quit. You got it. 5 and a rest, 4 and a rest, 3, 2, 1, rest. Ditch your bands. Yes, we'll give those legs a little bit of love. Everyone take a big inhale here for me. Reach arms up overhead. That was a quick warm up. Reach, 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 or quick into the warmth, I should say, to get you warm. Dive your hands down to your mat for me. Just hang there nice and heavy. If you haven't taken your bands off, take them off. Just give yourself that break. Legs should be nice and warm here. Big inhale as you're reaching hands down to that mat. Release head, neck, and shoulders. And now slowly start to roll yourself all the way back up to the top for me. Hands come behind your head. And I just want you to give me 20 seconds of that good morning stretch. Really thinking about your hamstrings, finding that stretch here. Keep your elbows wide. Belly button stays pulled in. We are going to stay standing here. For that next leg series, your legs should be fatigued. So just trust your body and listen to it as heart rate comes back down here. 8 and 7, beautiful. 6 and 5, you've got 4, 3, and 2. Meet me standing. I'd like you for extra challenge to grab your weights just to hold on to. It's not going to be a lot. We have 4 changes in our split squat each side. If you'd like the extra challenge, stick your balas on here and just hold on to those weights. You're gonna come right to the top of that mat. We're gonna start with our right leg coming back first. So you'll step that right leg back, and then you're gonna tap your right knee down to the mat, lift up and squeeze. If we have any knee injuries, don't only come halfway down, even if anything's bothering anybody. So you're gonna lower and then lift, squeeze. Lower down, lift and squeeze. You're gonna give me a small hinge forward here. So what I want you to think about is you're not completely shoulders over hips. I do want a hint of a hinge. Beautiful. Mags, if you really want that extra challenge, you can grab your heavy weights, but stay in this if it feels good. You have 10 seconds left, and then we're going to pulse at the bottom, friends. You're going to pulse at the bottom in 8. So stay full range. I'd rather you do less and get your knee down a hint further, and I want you to not lock out at the top. 2 more right here. We stay at the bottom on this next one. Give me pulses. You can do this. Think about squeeze, release. Now the shoulders pull away from your ears. Yes. Form looks really nice, nice names. Every time you pulse down, can you drive through that front heel? You have 10 seconds. The pulses are hard. We're going into a hold. It's going to be your least favorite change. I need you to do it for me in 5, 4. You can do this. Use your core. 3 and a hold. 2 and a hold. Everybody stay at the bottom. Can you lift that front heel up for the extra challenge, depending on where you are? Sink that back knee down 1 more inch. You can do this. We're going to come into our last change in 8. In 7, that front heel is going to lift. You're going to give me a high lunge, knee lift into that right leg back lunge. In 3, lower your heel. In 2, on that next one, drive your right knee up, sink it back down. Drive that right knee, lift, squeeze left cheek, and then sink it back down. You should be fatigued here. It's okay to find the hinge. You do not have to be upright this whole time. 20 seconds right here. It's 20 seconds. You have this. All the way down, lift and squeeze. Weights are at your side. If you feel better with weights at prayer, you can do that as well. I need 10 seconds. Do not give yourself a break right here. You have this. 8, the other hard side is going to be a challenge. You're going to fight right through it. 5, 4, 3. Give me 1 more lunge, everyone. 1 more. All the way back down. Lift up. Breathe. Take your weights. They go right out in front of you. Raises in your shoulders. Yep. Exhale. Inhale. Pull belly button to spine. Soften the bend in your knees. Let's let heart rate come down a little bit here. Good. Exhale, press. Inhale, lower. Exhale, reach. Inhale to lower. You have this. Every time that you exhale, can you pull belly button towards your spine? Can you think about any more length that you can create? Soft bend in your knees. We've got 10 more lifts. It's 9 or seconds, I should say. 8 and 7. Squeeze that core. 6 and 5. We hold at the top in 4. You can do this. Nice little shoulder raise in 3. Pulse at the top in 2. It's at that shoulder height, down an inch and up an inch. I don't want your hands to come above your shoulders. I want you to lock out your arms and I want you to squeeze your triceps. Think about sculpting that shoulder just down an inch and up an inch. Let yourself fatigue right here. Down an inch and up an inch. We're coming into that hold in 8. Good. 7. Those look great. In 6 and 5. 4 more seconds here. It's 3 and 2. Can everyone just hold for me? Soften the bend in your knees. I need you to reach those fists forward. Relax your shoulders, squeeze your triceps here. This is like, you're like, this is so basic. You are going to fatigue right here. If you contract through that muscle, don't start to lean back. Don't let chest puff out. Zip everything up. Yes, performance perfect. Now you hold 15 seconds. Arms come back to your side. You can do this. It's going to fly by. Arms come back to your side. Left leg goes back. No break. You have it. 8 and 7. Hold for 6. Keep reaching. Squeeze those arms at 5. 4, good. 3 and 2, arms lower to your side. Left leg steps back and drive that knee down. Lift and squeeze. You're right into your split squat. Arms are at your side. In this split squat, it's okay if your knee does not tap, but I need it coming 2 inches above the mat if you don't have a knee injury. If you do, you're only coming down a couple inches. As you're straight up here, think about that hinge perfect now. You're going to feel this come into that front leg a little bit more. Drive through that heel. Nobody locks out at the top. You're going to give me a soft bend at the top to really fight through it. You're going to want to lock out that front knee. Don't do it. You have 10. Good. 9. Lower 8. We're slow and steady here. Think about the lengthening, the toning. Where can you squeeze? Can you press into that front heel? We stay at the bottom in pulses in 3. In 2, can you pulse at the bottom for me right here? Down an inch and up an inch. Now think, this isn't a bounce. You are driving your tailbone down. You're driving into that front heel. You're letting those weights pull your shoulders away from your ears. Less than 10 seconds. Good. 9 and 8. Really good pulses. That hold is the hardest thing because you're going to want to stand up. I want you to fight to stay down there. Change that muscle here in 4 and 3. Beautiful. 2. Hold at the bottom for me at 1. Hold. Can you think about lifting that front heel for that extra challenge? Weight stays in those first 3 toes. If you can't, you're just going to lower that heel. Focus on that isometric hold. Yes. Think about weights to your side. Take a big inhale, release shoulders, and hinge just that centimeter more. Drop that knee down. You have 5 seconds. I know you can do this. We go into that big lift in 4. Do not cheat yourself. Heels lower down in 3 and 2. Heel lower. You lift that knee up. You drive that knee back down. Your first one, you might lose your balance. Catch yourself here. You have this. You have that ankle stability. I just saw those Balas on. That's got to feel really nice for you in this movement. Challenge that balance all the way down. It looks good. 8, 7. You can do this. 6. Heart rate comes back up here. 5. I need 3 changes in your arms. Don't drop the weights. Don't take the sip of water yet. In 3, you stand. In 2, you stand. Everybody, last lunge right here. Both feet come down. Weights at the side. Open up, hold. Open up and hold if you can. Take a big inhale. Soften the bend in your knees. Now, as you're breathing, can you contract, pull belly button to spine, elongate those shoulders? I do want you at that T. If you want to bring it in a couple inches, that's okay too, but I'd like you nice and long and strong right here. Can you start to circle towards me? It's 3 changes. We're just finishing out some shoulder work here. There's no push-ups today. You've got some plank work, but really fight through this shoulder work. As you're circling, can you squeeze your triceps? Can you think about tracing that apple or that orange? Go ahead, reverse that circle for me. Yep, that hold, you have it. We're going to go into pulses to finish, but right now I just need you circling that apple or that orange, squeezing your triceps, bending your knees and pulling your belly button. Make this hard for yourself. In 5 seconds, you hold. Palms face me in 4 and 3. Good. In 2, palms face me. Little bend and press to finish. Little bend press. So you're going into those triceps right here. Now think to yourself, if you're starting to give me shoulder earrings, I need you to take a big inhale. Let your breath help you. Let your core help you. Contract here. Bend those knees. I need a solid 20 seconds more. It's a long time in the bend and press. Keep arms lifted. We'll get a tiny stretch after this. Yes, Annie, you've got it. Everyone, less than 15 seconds, bend press. Bend press. You can do this. Bend press. Make this nice and deliberate. Don't cheat yourself. 10, good. 9 and 8. You have this. 7. Squeeze for 6 and 5. You're there for 4 and 3. You have this. 2 on 1. You rest. Arms come down. Set weights down. Take Balas off if you have them on, and then reach that right arm across your chest. Just gonna fly through these. 15 minutes in already. You've got 2 really strong leg series under your belt. Open arms all the way up, and then bring that left arm across your chest, pressing into that right. Drop shoulders down here for me. Good. Take a big inhale and that exhale. Perfect. You've got 1 more standing leg before we come back down to the mat. I'd like you to grab your weights if you're not going to hold on to anything. If you have a wall, a chair, you're going to go into a little bit more traditional work. Heels will come together, toes are apart. The weights, if you're more advanced, are going to help you find your balance, or your hands will come to your hips. Nothing's coming overhead. The weight's just an extra challenge. I want you to bring heels together, toes apart. We're going into a heel lift first. You're going to be fine. Weights can go to your side, they can go to front, or you can just hold on to your hips. I'm fine, but I need you to give me a really big heel lift, hover your heel. Really big heel lift, hover your heels. So if you have those weights and they're right in front of you, you can hold them like you're holding a beach ball. This is more so for your balance when we start to lower our seats down. Right now, I need you to squeeze inner thighs together, squeeze your glutes. This is slow and controlled in your calf raise. Lift your heels lower to a hover. You never rest at the bottom. Again, you do not have to hold a weight. You can hold your hips. Hands can come to prayer. More advanced, if you need to, that weight will help you to tire out those shoulders. I still need 20 seconds in your calf raises. So you're giving me that controlled lift and that hover. You can make this more challenging for yourself. Focus on your shoulders staying relaxed. Think about your core and your form right here. Exhale, pull that belly button. Inhale, hover. You never let those heels rest. Big lift, and we lower here. You have 10 seconds. Squeeze your booty. 9 and 8. We've got some arms and abs after this. I give legs a little bit of a break, so breathe through this for me. 5, 4, 3, and 2. Hold up at the top. Hold up at the height of your range. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Beautiful. If arms are getting sore, you can always bring them down, but here's where they're going to help your balance. So I need you to glue your heels together. Sing down, 2, 3, lift up, 2, and you squeeze. Sing down, 2, 3, lift, squeeze, 2, 3. Now I'm traveling down that imaginary wall. You've got a slight tuck in your tailbone as you bring your seat down towards your heels, glue legs together. We're going to stay at the bottom after this next one. Wherever you are, meet me at the bottom. Squeeze your heels together. They kiss the entire time. Meet me at your lowest point. You're not hinging forward. Squeeze your heels as tight as you can. Now come down 1 more centimeter. Here's where I want you to try to stay. From here, you're going to pulse down an inch, squeeze up an inch. Notice your core is really engaged, helping you through this. If you squeeze your heels together, you will feel this where you're supposed to. The second your heels come apart, you're going to lose it. Squeeze, like they have to be kissing this entire time. You have 10 little pulses. Yes. 9. Shoulders look really great around these rings. 7. Arms out is just helping your balance. You are welcome to bring hands to your hips. 5, 4. Here we go. 3 and a hold. 2 and a hold. On 1, heels are nice and lifted. I need you to tuck tailbone center, tuck to that right, tuck to the left. You tuck center, tuck right, tuck left. You can do this. Center, tuck right, tuck left. You're gonna be on fire here. You can do this. You have 1 hold left. Find your shakes. Tuck center, tuck right, tuck left. You're gonna feel outer thighs pressing apart. Press knees apart, keep heels together. You meet me center here in 8 and 7. Good. 6 and 5. You've got 4 and 3. Final 2. Everybody meet me center. Glue legs together. Hold at the top. For 3, here's our final hold in 2. Sink all the way back down. Here's where I need you to trust yourself. If you have a weight, you can bring them overhead, or you can keep them in front of you. You're gonna shake here. Here's what I need. Think about the form you have. You are not coming out of this until your legs are shaking. Lift your heels, squeeze them together. Now bring the weight into your first 3 toes. Press knees apart just a hair. You can do this. I need 10 seconds. Let them shake. Can you drop down 1 more centimeter? Yes, yes, you can. Let me see the centimeter. Let me see it. Beautiful. Hold, 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 hold. For 5, you stand. In 4, you're out of your legs. In 3, 2, 1, rest. Beautiful. Drop weights down. Really nice. We're going to come down onto the mat. We are going to do a plank to get there, but we're going to be on our mat for the rest of class. So you can set your weights down at the top of your mat, and then you're gonna meet me at the back. And then we're gonna dive those hands down. If you still have balls on, you wanna take them off, you can. We're going into some abs and some arm work. Coming to that high plank for me, Mags, you can go on your forearms and give me some reaches. Everybody open those feet. Give me shoulder taps to start right here, slow and controlled, unless you wanna be in them. But what I want everyone to think about here, in this movement, it's slow. Take your time. Don't feel like you have to rush in these taps. You have about 15 seconds left. You come down to your forearms. Hold for me. 10, 9, good. 8 and 7. Know that you're more than halfway through class. You have 6 and 5. Final 4 and 3. Last 2. Come down to your forearms. If you need a moment, you can always separate those feet. Hold for me here. I need you to now go into those feet. Out, out, in. It's out, out, in. Good. Out, in. All you have is a hold left in your plank after these. Just a little bit to get that core ready. You are going to come into a child's pose. You get a hint of a stretch before we get into those abs. You're holding in 5, in 4, final 3, 2, 1. Everybody, can you give me 30 seconds? Yes, you can. You can do this. What I need from you here is either squeeze inner thighs. Give me a tuck of that tailbone. If you feel like you need a rest, just open your feet as that first step, and then you can come to your knees if you really need to. I just need 15 seconds. Here's where you're pressing your forearms into the mat. You're thinking about, where can I squeeze? How can I contract these muscles? Good. 8 and 7. Child's poses around these rooms. In 5, good. In 4, hold for 3, 2, 1, rest. Find a child's pose. I want to give lower backs a little bit of a stretch. So open knees up right here. As you exhale, can you wiggle those fingers to the front of your mat for me? Take a big inhale. Try to sink your seat towards your heels and breathe. You get a full 10 seconds here. So take a sip of water if you need it. We're going to meet seated, excuse me, I can say seated. We're going to meet seated when you are ready in about 5 seconds. So meet me there once you're ready. Take a sip of water if you need it. And then you're going to bring your heels down. You're going to lift your toes up. I didn't know my seat could hurt this bad from my workout this week, but like sitting here now, it's just so lovely and painful. So heels down, toes lifted. We are going to reach our hands forward to start. Now, what I want you to start to do is you're going to start tucking that tailbone. So you're not coming straight back. You're tucking that tailbone like an ice cream scooper is come and scooped up that belly. Once you get to that shaky point, you stop. Yes. So you don't have to be at your lowest point. I just need you contracted and scooped out through your belly. Now from here, option to reach behind your knees if you're not as advanced. If not, you're going to keep reaching forward. You're going to come down an inch and up an inch. The only reason that we are moving is you are tucking your tailbone under. It's an advanced movement for this group. Tuck, little release, tuck under, little release. I'm totally fine if this is going into your shoulders, if you want to hold behind your legs. For some of you, even my advanced friends, you're going to feel this even more. You have 8 little pulses. This is going so deep into those lower abs. Think about, you're already scooped out and tucked under, and now you're tucking a hair more and coming right back up. 4 seconds to go. 3, good. 2, on 1, you're going to sit all the way up for me. Yep, and now you're going to bring your feet together. Knees are going to open up. You're going to tap in front of your toes. You're going to come down. 2, 3, hands come right above your shoulders. Then you lift up. 2, and you tap. So what we're doing is we're coming down nice and slow. You're in that nice diamond crunch. So I want your knees pressing apart, the bottoms of your feet pressing together. Take your time here. You are tucking under for 3 counts to come down, and then exhale. If you can come up on a 2 count, that's great. If you need to come up slow, listen to your body, but I want knees pressing apart. Focus on keeping lower abs pulled in, so your lower back is pressing into the mat. Good, you got this. 8, 7, 6, and 5. Final 4 and 3. Stay low. And 2, on 1. Bring feet flat on your mat. Reach your hands up nice and high. Now float your legs to tabletop. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Reach towards that ceiling. Opposite leg in that dead bug. Reach left leg, right arm, and then right arm, left leg. Good. If you need to lower head, neck, and shoulder, lower head, neck, and shoulder. But what I want you to think about here is taking your time. The dead bug is such a good ab exercise if you don't rush it. You're thinking, inhale as you reach, Exhale, pull lower belly and pull that leg back into where it starts. You have 20 seconds left here. So if you need to lower head, neck, and shoulder, you can. When you're ready, lift back up and challenge yourself. You're gonna stay at the top for me in 5, in 4, 3, don't quit, 2, on 1. If you aren't lifted, lift back up, hands come behind your head, slow bicycle twist, right elbow to left knee, left elbow to right. So you're just twisting through center. Are you pointing your toes? I want a full extension of your legs, squeeze your quad every time that you come up. Yes. Can you twist a little bit further? I need you to fight through this for me because I want you to really think, can you twist? Can you lift? Are you emptying the tank right here? Finish abs nice and strong for me. You have 10 seconds, 9 and 8. We're gonna come back through center here in 7. You can do this, 6 and 5. Twist for 4 and 3. Final 2. On 1, hold center for me. Hold center. It's like no one knows I teach right now. Hold center, hold center, hold center. From here, what I want you to do is keep both hands behind your head for a second. Can you come up 1 inch higher? Isometric hold. Grab left knee, extend right leg. Grab right knee, extend left. So your center in your switches and your pulls for me. 20 seconds and you get a break. This feels like a basic, more foundational movement, but if you can lift up 1 inch higher, if you can point through your toes and really contract through, you're gonna feel this in lower abs and fatigue. 10 seconds, 9, 8 and a rest, 7 and 6, you've got it, 5 and 4, final 3 and 2, rest on 1, rest on 1, good, rest on 1. Take a big inhale here for me. I want you to think about the exhale. You've got 1 more round in your abs, pretty basic movements. Give me that soft little rock from side to side. Perfect. Hold there for 3, for 2. Feet come flat on 1 for me. I want you to bring your hands back behind your head. Left leg is gonna move, right elbow is gonna turn to that leg. So you're gonna lift up, tap that knee, and place everything back down. So we lift, twist towards that left knee, place it back down. You have 10 and 9, good, 8 and 7, keep reaching, it's 6 and 5, final 4 and a hold, 3, last 2, on 1, can you hold it up? Now reach that right arm past that left leg, full lifts all the way up. Can you reach 1 inch further? Left leg stays at tabletop and then you reach for 8, good, and 7, 6 more here, 5 little reaches, go 4 and 3, perfect, 2 and a hold, freeze right where you are. Can you come up 1 inch higher? Now can you take that right leg and extend it long? Yes, you can. Hold for 6, hold for 5, right leg comes back down in 4, 3, set right back down, 2, hand comes behind your head, lower down. Now you twist right knee to that left elbow, place it back down, lift, squeeze, and lower, lift and squeeze. So less about the twist, more about can you get both shoulder blades off of the mat? Good. Keep breathing. Every time you lift up, you exhale. Nice. Yes, you've got it. Don't give up. You're holding at the top in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, hold at the top. Can you reach that left arm, pull past that right knee and start to pulse up? Yes. Every time you lift, can you exhale, lift? Exhale, keep squeezing. Let that leg all the way towards that nice tabletop position. Don't bring it in any further. You have 8 and 7. We hold in 6. Good. In 5. You've got 4 and 3. Beautiful. 2. On 1, can you extend left leg long? I know that you can. You've done this before. Take that big inhale. Exhale, lift up 1 inch higher. Don't come into your stretch after this. We've got 2 changes left. You're going to bring that left leg back flat on the mat, hand behind the head, come through center. Now you alternate in your twist, lifting opposite knee to opposite elbow. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, really twist out those abs. I know you feel like this is a movement that you can do really well and fast and probably stay in this longer than you would expect, but I promise we're just giving you that nice little circle of that midline. You have this 15 seconds of these switches. You end with alternating V-ups. They are out of your abs, we're into your arms and legs. Alternating V-ups in 7 seconds, in 6, in 5. You've got this, 4 and 3, final 2. Alternate your V-ups. Let your legs come nice and long and strong. Really nice advanced ab series to finish it out. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. You've got this. You're coming down to that 5-minute marker class. So I want you to not leave anything here. I want you to just empty out the tank, get all the way up in those abs. Yes, don't take that break. I know you have this. In 10 seconds, you rest. 9 and 8. Good. In 7 and 6, you've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Get up there one more time. One more time. Rest. Knees into your chest. You're out of your abs. Knees into your chest. If only the volume was on and I could hear you now. I feel like it would be good noises around these rooms. Take a big inhale here for me. Sit yourself all the way up, and I want you to find a nice little spinal twist. Right hand comes behind that back, left hand is forward. And then you'll switch it out. Left hand comes behind, right hand is forward. And we're gonna meet in an all 4 position. Anyone with any wrist injuries, you might need to like just hinge forward here, but we're gonna finish out triceps. So I want you to come into that all 4. That's why our weights are down here for ourselves. And you're gonna bring that weight into your right hand. It's 3 changes each side. You're gonna start by lifting that hand above your hips, palm faces the ceiling. You're either holding onto your weight or your bala, but you're gonna start with a hold here. You're not gonna finish with a hold. You're gonna start with it because I want you to figure out your form. Can you pull your belly button in towards your spine? Can you take a big inhale, pull shoulders away from your ears? You're in that first hold. You're squeezing your tricep with everything that you have, but you're breathing. You don't clench that jaw. You still have 10 seconds, and then we're going to start to pulse right here. You can do this. You've got to breathe through it. Trust your body. You've got 5, 4, 3, and 2. Now you're going to squeeze your tricep to pulse up an inch and then release it. Squeeze to pulse up an inch. I want you to slow it down and think squeeze, release, squeeze, release. You're never letting that hand fall below your hip. You're just squeezing everything you have in your tricep here. Remember, 3 changes, so I know you have this. Every time you squeeze that tricep, can you find length? You have 8 and 7. Yes, you can. 6 and 5. We bend and press to finish. In 4, in 3. Keep lifting. 2. Really fatigue it. Now you're going to bend that elbow, extend. Bend that elbow, extend. It's a little bend and press. These are just my favorite because I feel like they just fatigue that tricep. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. Do not cheat yourself. This isn't about how many reps. It's about the contraction and the squeeze. It's 20 seconds and you're out of it. You keep bending and pressing. Don't give up. Can you take a big inhale? On your exhale, can you pull belly button in and relax those shoulders? You have less than 10 seconds. I know you can do it. Do not quit. Go 9, 8, 7, and 6. We do not take a break. We go into that other side in 4, 3, 2. Right hand comes down. Set that weight down. Put it into that left hand. Lift up, hold. While you're fatigued on that right side, find that hold. Your heart rate's going to come up here. Take a big inhale. Plug belly button in. Exhale. Reach that arm long and strong. About 10 seconds left in that hold. Remember, you're pressing that mat away. You're pulling belly button in and you're trying to find as much length in your triceps as you can. Here we go. You have it. Little pulses up an inch and down an inch. Slow and steady wins this race. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Yes, you can. It's 10 and 9. Do not cheat yourself. You're coming to the end. We're light in these arms. You can do this. Breathe for me. Think about what you just did to your legs. 5, 4, bend and press, and 3, bend and press, and 2, little bend and extend. This is where you just dig into those tries. Can you think about the squeeze and the contraction? Keep that hand above your hips. Can you let your triceps cramp up right here? You have this. Long, strong neck. Look to the edge of your mat. You do not look towards their knees. They're not moving. 10, 9, keep fighting. 8. Everyone's in a forearm plank in 7, in 6, no faces. 5, 4, you have 3, 2, set that weight down. Find your forearm plank. Your shoulders will be tired. Fight for it. Muscles changing right here. You have less than 2 minutes of class left, so you got to fight right through to the end. Take a big inhale for me. Take the big exhale. And I want you to just breathe. You have 30 seconds. You have a hint of a break, and then we finish with 2 changes. You have this. Big inhale, big exhale. Every time you think you're going to come down out of this, you're not going to. You're going to press your forearms into the mat. You're going to squeeze your inner thighs together. In 10 seconds, you're going to drop your knees. You're going to give me a cat-cow stretch, and then we finish with bar burpees. I know, it's just so fun. In 5, you drop your knees. 4, 3, 2, drop your knees down. Give me 1 cat-cow stretch, 2, whatever you have time for. And then I want you to walk yourself back into your plank. You walk feet in. For 2, you stand and you squat. You drop hands down. You walk feet out, out, in, in, stand, squat. I need everyone to give me 3 to 4 more. 3 to 4 more. Yes, you can. Every time you come down, you squat first. You do not lean forward. You squat, squat, squat. Trust your body. You end in your forearm plank or you end in your child's pose. When it cuts off, I need you to stretch because I'm bringing you right to the end since we chatted for a second. You are going to find your plank in 5, 4, 3, 2. Find your plank right after this last one. Nice, Max. Find your plank, friends. You stretch right after this. I hope you are sweating and warm. Please stretch. I'll see everybody on Tuesday. I hope you have such a great day. Stay in your plank until we cut off. Do not stop. Blue legs together. Trust your body right here. In 3, you rest. In 2, in 1.